Have you guys ever met a baseball player that hasn't played the sport of baseball in over 2 years? Well, now you have. That's right. I haven't played the sport of baseball in over 2 years, and I'm a very good baseball player. And I haven't played for one simple reason. That is because of a torn labrum. I've torn my labrum twice in the last 2 years. That's right, twice. Almost exactly a year apart. It was a year and 6 days apart from summer to summer. Um, since I've been through this about twice, I'm pretty knowledgeable about the whole entire process of going through from tearing it to surgery to getting back through rehab and throwing the baseball again, and I've become pretty familiar with it, and so that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about. Let's see. Tearing the labrum. Well, how I tore my labrum both times. Well, the first time I tore it actually playing the sport. It was early season in January, and it was real cold, and I was trying to show off for a couple people, and I was throwing it. I didn't stretch very well, and started feeling the pain. And I went to the doctor, and they said they're not sure what it was. Do a little bit of rehab on it for a couple weeks, see if it starts feeling better. Well, I did, and it didn't feel better at all. It felt a lot worse. And so I tried to tough it out actually for about a month. I tried to play a couple games on it, and I hated every second of it. The game I loved, I was throwing a baseball, and I hated every second of it because it hurt so bad. So finally, I told my coach, and I went to the doctor, got an MRI, and it was torn from 10 to 2. So counterclockwise from the top, 10 right here, 2 to the back. And then so again, then a year after that, I tore it. After I went through all the process, which I'll talk to you about, I tore it again at the Lake of the Ozarks. I jumped off a dock and I dove in the water, and one arm stayed straight, and yet my right arm went for a spin and tore it instantly, and that one hurt a lot more. But anyways, so that's how I tore them. The process of it is, of course, like I said, you go to the doctor, you get an MRI, and they put you through this big machine. They lay you down, and they slide you through it, and it scans your whole body for about 30 minutes. You listen to some music. It's not that bad. And you wait a couple days, and you get results back. And those results show a picture of your labrum is inside of your rotator cuff, and it shows results of your ligament. And you can easily see on both of mine for both times that it's completely like frayed out. It's like, I'm not sure. Have you ever had, if you had a fish and you just kind of like use your fork and you kind of just smash the fish down and it just kind of frays out? That's what it looks like. So anyways, it's pretty heartbreaking actually when you see that. It really sucks, especially the second time through when you knew what it was already going to be like and you didn't have to do it again. But so anyways, that's the first step. Second step is then going through surgery. Surgery is probably the scariest process of it. They send you in. You're there for hours before you even go under. You have to go through all these tests, and they put a bunch of IVs in you, and you're on a bed, and you can't do anything. You're all under their control. And so finally, they take you into this big room, and they have all of their tools and stuff set out, and they say, "All right, you're going to go to sleep now." And they stick that little needle in there, and they push it in, and they said, "Start counting down from 100." And the last number you remember is probably about 98. It works pretty quick. So you wake up the next couple hours later, and your whole entire arm is completely numb. They put a numb block in it so you can't feel anything because you would be in extreme pain. So they numb blocked me, and I'm in the completely. It's called an immobilizer, and they put it's pretty much so I can't move my arm at all whatsoever if I even tried. And so then to get back for a baseball player, you have to be in an immobilizer for a month and a half. And then they'll take the immobilizer part off, and I'm in a sling for another month and a half. So that's 3 months straight of being in a sling, and that's not very fun either. But that's not even the best part. The next part is the rehab, and the rehab it sucks. But it's the part that's the most informative, I guess. For the rehab to start, you need to. Well, actually, for those 3 months, the only thing your body's doing is getting weaker and weaker and weaker. And so the first step into rehab is to strengthen the backside of your shoulder. And so that's not even working on your labrum. You need to strengthen up like it's your scapulas and your triceps. It's everything around your shoulder because it's like let's say a big building burns down. You don't start back on building the 5th floor. You have to make sure you have a good foundation and a good base on the bottom. So that's what you do. You build the foundation and the base of your shoulder. Anything that has gotten weaker through those 3 months, you get that stronger before you try to get your shoulder stronger. After about 2 weeks of doing a lot of stretches, exercises, and strength conditioning things for your back and your lower arm, Then finally you start working on your labrum in your shoulder. You do a bunch of it's a lot of small stuff, a lot of rotator cuff, like a lot of bands, a lot of movement like this. And then for me, since I tore mine from 10 to 2 both times, it's a lot of over the head stuff because 10 to 2 is on the top of your shoulder. And for a baseball player, I mean, I'm throwing the baseball like this every time that's over the top. And so a lot of the stuff we do is over the head, kind of a lot of upper body lifts like that, very lightweight at the beginning and kind of working your way up. A lot of lat pull downs. The list goes on and on. I could ramble off a bunch of stuff, but yeah, that's the process for rehab, and you do rehab for months and months and months before you can pick up a baseball. And that's the really crappy part because you start to feel a bit better, and you're like, okay, I'm back in it and stuff. And you're like, okay, when can I throw? Right, a couple more months. Well, I feel good now. It sucks, but it's a process, and then finally you get to once you get past all the rehab and you get to that point, it's time for you to start throwing a baseball, and they put you on an interval throwing program, and that's probably the funnest part, but it's also the part that you're just very antsy with, is because you want to get so much done. I mean, I've known how to throw a baseball since I was 3 years old, but I need to learn again and again. I need to relearn how to throw the baseball the right way, and slowly and progressively throw it longer and harder and each time. So it's a very antagonizing part, and the whole entire process of what I've had to go through the last 2 years is very long, but I'm getting back in there. The season started, and hopefully I can start throwing the baseball again.